Hey David, I just came back from the gynecologist.
How did it go?
Well, I'm finally pregnant. Can you believe it? We're finally going to have a baby.
OMG, that's great. I can't believe it. I'm going to be a dad.
I know, right? Even when I was looking at the ultrasound, it still didn't feel real.
Did they give you a picture of it? I want to see.
Yeah, but the baby is just a little white speck right now. It's more of a memento of becoming pregnant.
Thank you so much for everything you've gone through. I know the infertility treatments were really brutal. This is all thanks to you. I can't tell you enough how much I appreciate what you've done for us.
It wasn't all me. You did your part too. But no matter how much we did to get here, the real hard work starts now.
You're right. I'm going to try 10 times harder at work now to support our new family. Of course, I'll be helping around the house as much as I can. Plus, I'll do my part in raising the new baby.
I'm counting on you. I was thinking about when to tell both of our parents. Would you mind if we waited a few months? I'd feel better about it after we know the baby's growing and is healthy.
I'm fine with whatever you think is best. But you know my mom. She's been a real pest lately, asking about when we're going to give her a grandchild. I'm totally cool with whatever. But don't you think it might be better to tell her sooner rather than later? I feel like you're going to snap if you hear her ask about it again.
As much as I want to tell her and everyone else. The first few months of pregnancy are really unstable. The chances of losing the baby are still pretty high. It would really make me feel better waiting until we know everything's okay.
Got it. No worries. Let's do that, then. I'm sure she won't mind waiting a little while longer.
Great. Thanks for understanding. Honestly, though, I'm a twig, so I might start showing pretty early. We might not even need to tell anyone, they'll see it for themselves. I can't tell you how relieved I am that we're finally pregnant. I think I can take your mom pestering us at this point.
Sorry, my mom isn't very sensitive to these kinds of things. I try to be strict with her when she gets abrasive, but no matter what I say, she never changes.
You don't have to apologize for her. I get why she feels the way she does. I mean, I am older than you, so she's probably worried if I can have kids at all at my age.
She's just very impatient and traditional. Not the best combination. But it's not even like it's impossible to have a baby in your 30s. I don't know what she's thinking.
Well, we've obviously proven it's possible. I just hope she'll be in a better mood once we tell her I'm pregnant.
I hope so too. If not, I'll be even stricter with her. Don't think you have to be best friends with her or anything. I'm sure she's going to try to be around even more to impart her wisdom.
I can handle it, don't worry.
Anyway, did you find out if it's a boy or a girl yet?
It's way too early to find that out. We have to wait a while to see.
Oh, okay. I'm fine with either a boy or a girl. I can't wait to start thinking of names. Plus, once we find out, we can start buying clothes and toys and paint the room blue or pink.
I think you're getting ahead of yourself. Although it's adorable that you're this excited.
Of course I am.
Trust me, I am too.
How are you feeling? Any changes? Or is it too early for that too?
I'm totally fine now. Although I'm not looking forward to morning sickness. But until then, I'll be okay, I think.
Got it. Well, we have to make sure you're completely taken care of. Don't overdo it or go and catch a cold or anything. If you ever need or want anything, don't hesitate to ask me.
I'll be fine for now. For the first few weeks, it'll be like I'm not even pregnant. Life will be the same as always. But once my tummy starts getting bigger, I'll definitely be counting on you for a lot.
I'm here for whatever you need. Anyway, I gotta get back to work.
Okay. I hope the rest of your day is good, Daddy.
Maria, did you receive the items I sent you?
Hey, Mom. Yes, I got everything. Thank you for the vitamins and pregnancy books you sent.
No need for thanks. It's the least I can do. I'm glad you're finally pregnant. Remember to take those vitamins to ensure a healthy, big baby.
Okay. I'll do my best.
You mentioned you're already 5 months pregnant, right? Why didn't you inform me earlier?
Well, David and I decided to wait until the baby was a little bigger before sharing the news. The risk of miscarriage is high during the first few months. Sorry for the delay in telling you. We wanted to be absolutely sure first.
Well, it made me worry more since you're approaching the age where having kids becomes difficult. That's why I kept asking you about being pregnant. The clock is ticking.
Sorry.
It's all right, I suppose. By the way, you didn't mention the other package I sent you. The refrigerated pack of beef liver, you know? Liver is rich in healthy vitamins and nutrients. Make sure to consume it so the baby receives proper nutrition.
Oh, yeah, I received it. But my doctor advised against consuming liver during pregnancy. Other types of meat are fine as long as they're fully cooked.
I went through the trouble of sending it, and you won't eat it? Liver is both healthy and delicious. I insist that you have some.
I'd love to, but as I mentioned, the doctor advised against it. Besides, my morning sickness has been severe lately. I can hardly keep anything down. The smell of certain foods even makes me feel sick.
So you're not eating? That's not good. You need to eat for the baby.
There are a few things I can eat, but my options are very limited. My body strongly resists eating. However, the liver won't go to waste. David enjoys liver and onions, so he'll be happy to have it.
I'm a bit concerned, to be honest. Morning sickness is preventing you from getting the necessary nutrition.
I'll be fine. No need to worry. The doctors have assured me that everything is progressing well so far.
But everyone knows that pregnant women need to eat as much as they can, even if they vomit.
Actually, despite the morning sickness, I've been gaining weight, which is a positive sign.
I have an idea. Why don't you come over for dinner this weekend? We should have a proper celebration for your pregnancy. I'll prepare incredibly delicious food that will make you forget about your sickness.
Oh, you don't have to go through all that. The fact that you're happy is more than enough. There's no need for a celebration. And while I know your cooking is amazing, it would be rude if I couldn't eat it all.
I'll only prepare dishes that I know you can eat. I want to ensure you're getting the necessary nutrients.
Really? That sounds like a lot of effort. I can only tolerate a few specific foods.
It's the least I can do for being so insistent about you having children. I want to help in any way I can. Once the baby is here, you'll wish you had time to enjoy moments like these. We should celebrate while you still can. Please, let me throw you a small celebration.
All right. We'll come over to your place this weekend if it's not a problem.
Of course, it's not. Leave everything to me. Before that, could you send me a list of the foods you've been able to eat lately? I'll prepare everything for you. Also, if there's anything else you want to try and see if you can eat, let me know.
Will do. Thank you so much. The list won't be very long, though. Honestly, I'll just be happy to spend time with everyone.
Don't be too modest. We'll have a lovely celebration. That's how it was when I was pregnant. We must celebrate moments like this before they slip away. I'm making plenty of dishes. Come hungry.
Maria, what's on your mind? My mom is currently sitting at the table, crying. Please come back so we can discuss this together.
Forget about her. I don't care that she's crying. I'm almost home, and I'm not returning.
I don't understand why you have to be so rude. I can't believe you threw away the cake my mom made for you. You didn't even seem remorseful while doing it. And what did you mean by saying, phew? That was a close 1 inch?
I didn't do anything wrong.
How can you say that? Did you see the elaborate spread of food my mom cooked for you? It was like a buffet. Don't you appreciate what she did for us? She made everything you said you could eat, and even prepared food for everyone else. And do you know why? It was her way of apologizing for being rude to us regarding not having children yet.
Apology? She's not sorry for anything. If anything, it's worse now. I think she's mad or something because I'm pregnant.
What are you saying? That can't be true. She was so happy until you threw away her cake.
I'm sorry if this offends you, but I don't want her near our baby when we have one.
What has she ever done to you? You still haven't explained yourself.
Everything. Her attitude towards me has always been nasty and rude. And that whole fake celebration felt like she had sociopathic tendencies. Now I know for a fact that she isn't sorry for anything she's done. I can't tolerate her anymore. Of course, I threw away the cake. I had no other choice.
I've heard enough from you. You need to come back here, kneel down, and apologize to my mother. No matter how rude you think she's been to you. Throwing away a cake she worked hard to make for you is incredibly disrespectful.
I have to apologize to her? To the woman who endangered our child's life? I'd rather die than apologize to her.
What are you talking about? What do you mean she endangered our child's life?
Did you see what was in that cake?
It was a cheesecake. So, it had cheese in it.
She used unpasteurized cheese. And it wasn't even cooked.
How does that change anything?
Pregnant women shouldn't consume anything unpasteurized, especially if it hasn't been cooked. There's a dangerous bacteria called listeria that can harm pregnant women. If I had eaten that, it could have seriously harmed our baby. It could have been even worse, we could have lost the baby because of it. Thank goodness I went to the fridge and saw she had unpasteurized cheese.
Are you serious? But I've seen you eat cheese recently.
Yes, cooked and pasteurized cheese is safe. That's what I've been eating. It's the unpasteurized stuff that's really dangerous and should be avoided.
Even so, did you have to throw it away right in front of her? You could have politely declined or said you were full.
Do you remember what she sent us when we first told her we were pregnant?
Yeah, but I guess those were the things she had during her pregnancy. Times were different back then.
She sent me raw liver, caffeine pills, and some strange Chinese vitamins that I couldn't even read. I told her I couldn't eat the liver, but she kept sending it. Later, I told her I wouldn't use the other things she sent, but she sent even more. I explained to her how careful I have to be with what I consume. And that the things she sent aren't suitable for pregnant women. But she insisted they were all good for pregnant women and that I should use them all.
Wow.
I didn't know how to interpret it. It felt like she was harassing me. But at the same time, she seemed genuinely happy about my pregnancy. But what she did today confirms my suspicions. I don't even want to think about what else might have been in the rest of the food she gave me tonight. Isn't this illegal?
This is unbelievable. Do you really think she would do that?
Initially, I didn't think she would. Especially after how much she pestered and interrogated us about having kids. But it's evident that she despises the fact that I'm pregnant for some reason. Or maybe she just hates me in general. I will never forgive her for this. Don't even try to change my mind.
Maria, I'm sincerely sorry for taking my mom's side at first. I never imagined she would do something like this. I thought you two were finally building a good relationship now that you're pregnant.
I wish that were true. Apparently, she has no intention of getting close to me. Part of me even feels guilty for throwing the cake she made. That's how much I wished we could have had a positive relationship. But I will absolutely never forgive her for what she tried to do.
You have every right not to forgive her. I'm sorry I didn't realize what was happening.
It's not your fault at all. I wish I had made a bigger deal about everything that was going on. I have no regrets about what I did tonight. You don't have to see her ever again if you don't want to. I will talk to her.
Are you sure? That woman put my pregnant wife through so much stress and attempted to harm our unborn child. SHE will be the one begging me for forgiveness on her hands and knees. I'm sorry for suggesting that you should apologize. I was shocked because I had never seen my mom cry like that before. Probably because those were fake tears. It was all part of her act.
Even if you talk to her, I bet she'll deny everything. But I know the truth. I know she did it intentionally. Although the only evidence I have is that cheese I saw, technically. I can't prove that she used it.
Don't worry about that. Leave it to me. She will never come near you again.
Maria, I apologize for what happened the other day. I realize I went too far and got carried away with my joke. I didn't mean any harm, it was meant to be a light-hearted jest.
A joke, huh?
Yes, that's right. You know I enjoy joking around. If I apologize, will you forgive me?
I don't want an apology. It seems pointless. I have no intention of forgiving you for your actions. Please don't worry about me. Save your energy.
It's precisely because I'm concerned about you that I want to apologize. Moreover, my husband and David are quite angry with me. David said he no longer wants anything to do with me.
I don't blame him considering what you did. David told me he checked your phone that night. He saw your search history. Specifically, foods that are bad for pregnant women. That's all the evidence we need to prove it was intentional. That's why I can never forgive you for your actions.
I insisted it was just a joke. I didn't think a little cheese would harm you. Back in my day, we practically drank milk straight from the cow. Don't you think you're overreacting a bit?
No, I don't think so at all. It would be different if you genuinely didn't know that kind of cheese was harmful to me. But you searched for it. You knew it was bad. And yet you still intentionally gave it to me, despite being aware of the risks. You were constantly pressuring us about not having kids. And now that we're finally pregnant, this is what you do?
It wasn't aimed at the child. It was meant for you as a joke. I thought it would be funny if you had some minor discomfort like diarrhea or gas or something.
You were well aware that it posed a risk to the baby. I've been telling you from the beginning that there are things pregnant women should never consume. It was never about how it would affect me. It has always been about the well-being of the baby. What you did was unimaginable and unforgivable.
If you don't forgive me, neither David nor my husband will forgive me either. You don't have to genuinely forgive me, just say you did so they'll stop being angry with me. If you do that, I promise I'll stop making these supposed funny little jokes at your expense.
Regardless, all of that is going to stop now. I won't be subject to your jokes anymore because I've made the decision to cut you out of my life completely and never see you again.
Don't be absurd. We'll see each other once the baby is born.
Absolutely not. I have no idea what you might try to do to the baby. I can't trust you.
I would never do anything to harm my little grandson.
You already tried. And there's no telling what you might do next time. Frankly, I'm terrified.
Well, none of this would have happened if you had kids earlier. You're fortunate that he chose an older woman like you. And you're also lucky that you got pregnant at your age. I don't understand why he married you when there are plenty of younger women out there.
It's clear that you never liked me from the beginning, didn't you? You harassed me constantly about not being pregnant. And now that I am, it has only gotten worse. It all makes sense now. You simply harbored an irrational hatred toward me from the start.
I only wanted my son to be happy. I'm a bit surprised that you took so much offense to my jokes.
Oh, really?
I apologize for my actions earlier. I realize now that I crossed a line. I want to assure you that I never intended to harm the baby in any way. I sincerely hope you can accept my apology. Moving forward, I promise to treat you with more kindness.
I've already expressed my feelings to you multiple times. It doesn't matter if you want to treat me better now. Because I've decided to cut ties with you. I no longer consider you family. In my eyes, you're just a monster trying to ruin my life.
It's disrespectful to reject someone's apology, you know. Perhaps he should have married a younger, more obedient woman. It seems older women have no respect.
Sure, whatever you say. It doesn't change anything for me.
If you don't forgive me, I'll come to your house every day. Since David is busy with work, you'll be alone at home. I'll continue to visit until you accept my apology.
Oh, really? Feel free to do so.
Seriously?
Yes, go ahead. Although I find it rude to leave the house while you have company. After all, it seems like your mother-in-law will be staying with you for a while.
What? Why would my mother-in-law stay with me?
Well, after everything you've done, David and I decided it's best to keep an eye on you. She may be older, but she's tough when it comes to dealing with you, at least. I've informed her about the things you've put me through. And I have the approval of both your husband and his mother.
What is the meaning of this? Is this some kind of joke?
You seem to enjoy jokes, don't you? But no, this is actually happening. If there's anyone who can protect me from your jokes, it's her.
Please tell her not to come. I already promised I wouldn't do anything to you again. Just keep her away, please.
I heard about the major fight you had with her when you got pregnant with David. It seemed like she was doing many of the same things you did to me. Like insisting on certain dietary choices and activities. Because that's what she did when she was pregnant.
She was pregnant like 50 years ago. Her way of thinking is so outdated. We simply didn't see eye to eye.
Regardless, it appears she realized that times have changed. And she decided to stop imposing her old ways on you. She acknowledged that things have progressed since her own pregnancy. You should have seen her reaction when I told her about you making that cake. I thought she was going to rush over to your house and scold you.
All right, enough. I know what I did was wrong. I promise I'll never bother you again. Just please cancel her visit.
It's too late for that now. And it's also too late to undo the things you've done to me.
I just don't understand why you won't accept my apology. As I've said numerous times, it was meant as a joke.
Sure, just a joke, huh? Well, now you can try out your new material on your mother-in-law. Following that, my grandmother-in-law moved in with David's parents. Meanwhile, we welcomed a beautiful baby boy into our lives without any interference from my mother-in-law. My grandmother-in-law keeps a close watch over my mother-in-law, being extremely vigilant. There was no chance of her leaving the house to visit our baby. She truly came in and saved the situation. David's father had reached his limit with the way his wife treated me. After the birth of the baby, he made the decision to divorce her. Some may argue that there's no point in divorcing at such a late stage in life. But I understand his reasoning. Although my mother-in-law has expressed her flat-out refusal to get divorced, it will undoubtedly be a lengthy and complicated process. We have agreed to support him in any way we can to expedite the whole matter. Meanwhile, we have moved into our new house. This time, we celebrated in a proper manner to welcome our beautiful new son into the world. Without her involvement, of course. To be honest, I had genuinely hoped that things would work out between us. I wanted us to have a healthy relationship. However, now that she is no longer in our lives, my stress levels have significantly decreased, and I've never been happier. I can now dedicate all my energy to raising a family and caring for the people I love. I'm determined to be the best mother I can be for my little boy. I will use my mother-in-law as a role model for precisely what not to do as a parent. Oh, by the way, I can't help but associate cheesecake with certain memories now.